This hacked Pokemon not only got a card in the official trading card game, but it was actually the face of one of the best decks in the game. In Pokemon Sword and Shield's climax, the legendary Pokemon Eternatus descends from the sky to fight the player in its Eternamax form. Eternamax was basically a version of the Dynamax mechanic that these games introduced. However, this form was completely inaccessible to players during a playthrough, as after you caught Eternatus, it was unable to Dynamax or Eternamax. The only way to use this Pokemon yourself was by hacking it into the game. This Pokemon was so strong that putting too many effort value stat points into it would cause it to become invincible since its defense stats were too high. In 2020's Pokemon TCG Darkness Ablaze expansion, Eternatus would make its card game debut. At the time, the TCG's V-Max mechanic was their version of Dynamax, where Pokemon evolved one time and became worth 3 prize cards with monstrous HP and damage output. However, Pokemon actually decided to make the Eternatus V-Max card the official Eternamax form from the boss battle. This means Eternatus V-Max is the only time Eternamax Eternatus was ever officially usable for Pokemon fans to battle with without being hacked in. It had 340 HP, the most ever at the time, an ability that expands your bench size from 5 Pokemon to 8 while locking you into only having dark Pokemon in play, and its attack does 30 damage for each dark Pokemon you have in play. This meant that with 9 dark Pokemon in play, Eternatus would hit for 270 damage at the cost of just 2 energy cards. This was undoubtedly a very strong card, and it had a lot of support that helped it succeed. Crobat V provided lots of draw power when you put it into play, Galarian Zigzagoon's ability would add 10 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon when benched, and Galarian Weezing functioned as a backup attacker while shutting off all of your opponent's abilities if it was in the active spot. Eternatus VMAX was a strong archetype right off the bat, but the pandemic had shut down in-person events until 2022. In online tournaments, the Eternatus archetype performed well and was a strong pick in the meta for quite a while. But in 2022, Eternatus won the Charlotte Regional Championships when paired with Weezing. Its decent matchups into top decks like Lugia V-Star and Lost Zone Toolbox made it a strong meta call, and it was finally able to win a major tournament right before it rotated out. I just find it funny how